I figured to hop on this live right now. It's starting to rain outside, which is such a bummer. I actually have all my cameras were all ready to go. I had my helmet cam, of course. This is the one that I always fly up in the sky with for sure every single time. Chase cam's always debatable, you know, but I did have it ready to go. What's funny is that it's so sandy from last time. Look how sandy that is. Covered in sand. That's all right. And then obviously I got my 360 cam right here too. You know, the one that you guys see me have in front of me now, which is pretty sweet. But this is the camera that totally fell off when I was doing the car show. Hard to see it, but it got messed up all on the side. And I got two little nicks on my screen, which is such a bummer. But I guess it's just things that happen sometimes. It is what it is. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here, hang out, see if anybody comes on the live, just try to do a little vlog, so tell you guys what's been going on. So I've been doing some pretty epic flying lately. I've been doing a ton of stuff. I'm actually about to, be hitting some milestones here with my flying, which I'm pretty excited about. And all around, I want to do an SIV course, and be a little bit more advanced with my flying, just so, not for the idea of being sportier in the air, just so if I got caught in a spiral that was too intense, or I got caught in anything that would kind of freak me out, scare me, or anything, I just want to know how to be able to save myself if I had a collapse, what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm up in the air if I had a crazy collapse. And I just don't want to mess around. I want to try to see if there's something that I can potentially do to resolve those scary issues. So I'm trying to push for that maybe towards the next month or two to try to see if I can't get myself into a class, which would be pretty epic, but we'll see what happens. So try to get a cool course in or something like that. I just want to see and push myself a little bit to try to see what I can do and have a good time. I want to know what it's like to throw a reserve too, because God forbid, after watching all these horrific videos of other people crashing and stuff like that, like Anthony Valla and a few other people that I can name. But it's like, you watch these videos and you think to yourself, like, geez, man, I don't ever want that to happen to me, but it could happen. And at least I want to be at the point where I know I can save myself. I can, from a stall or from a collapse or from a situation where I have to throw my reserve, I just want to make sure that I'm safe and I know what I'm doing. So, it is sketchy. I always think about what would happen if I was to fall out of the sky, and I fly all the time, and I know that other paramotor pilots have the same pondering thought. And like today, I could have went up in the air, but there was this crazy storm. So like there was winds that were going parallel with the beach, which is like my favorite type of flying. But then there was a storm that was actually 2,000 feet up that was actually coming in as a cross, so I probably could have stayed low and flew for probably an hour, but really it's not safe. Sometimes, like I say to my other paramotor pilot buddies, it's better wishing that we were up in the sky flying than wishing that we were on the ground, because I've been caught in a couple like crazy wind situations where like when I'm crossing waterways, for some reason, crossing a waterway, the winds are always doing like what I've personally felt like almost like a tornado effect. Like it's like you're coming across, especially if the winds are parallel with the beach, but then we're crossing over to the next island, Dude, the winds, man, it's like super intense for like until I'm not over the water anymore and I'm back over the beach end. And it's like, what was that I was even feeling? And really, it's like, I felt that so many times. I've even had half of my wing fold down when I was flying for just by crossing waterways, and that's why it's really important for us to wear like flotation and stuff. I have my flotation right over there on the wall, something that I always try to potentially bring with me sometimes. Some of my buddies that I fly with, they actually fly with a a life jacket on underneath their harness setup, which is, I think, actually a pretty smart thing to do. I feel like if you're flying with at least something that floats, it's better than nothing. And plus, we've definitely all found out that having a life jacket on definitely works. I've actually personally have seen somebody go down in the water. And they were totally fine though. It was so funny. Like when he hit the water, he like floated right up, and he was actually like floating upwards where he had to backpedal to get back to shore. And man, it was crazy. I like panicked in the air, and I like did this whole crazy left to right, and I didn't know how to get down quick enough. I did, but I wasn't getting down quick enough, and I did a big, huge like 180 swoop turn, or a 270, I guess you can call it. And I came down, and when I landed, and man, it was so hard for me to get out of my harness. I was like panicking to run because I didn't know that he was floating. I thought he was drowning. It was super scary actually. And I finally ran over to him. By the time I got to the water, he stood right up. He swam close enough to the shore to be able to get up. But what was crazy is there was a current that was ripping, and his wing was in the water, and you just don't know what could happen. That's why it's important to have flotation of some kind. And he actually always carries this really cool knife that's like a hook knife that I guess if he had to cut all his lines, he could easily do that. For me, I don't carry stuff like that normally because when I'm flying over the water, I try to be high enough to the point where a water landing would have to be due to a very bad error on my part. So typically speaking, I'm more over the sand than I am the ocean. Don't get it wrong. If you guys watch my videos, you definitely see me being over the ocean pretty far out sometimes. But I am fighting a wind that's normally pushing me back to the land. And also, I'm high enough to where if I had a motor out, I have plenty of time to react to the idea of getting over a good LZ spot to land at, So, but yeah, today it's like raining outside now, which is a shame because I actually went out to the beach thinking that I could do it, and then I saw the crazy dark clouds that were coming in from the west to the ocean, which is the east, obviously. And like I said, we had a parallel winds that were going along the beach, and realistically, it's like I could have probably flew for a little bit, but I thought it was better to be wishing I was up in the air than to be up in the air wishing I was on the ground, and I don't know. I've already been in a couple scary situations where I don't want to put myself in a situation when I have that pondering thought. There's some times when we go up in the air and we think we're totally fine, and then out of nowhere, like there was this one time when I was up in the air, and I can't even post a video about it because, you're not supposed to fly in fog or anything like that. And what happened was we were flying back to the LZ, and I'm telling you, I was actually at this point alone. It was so dense fog that just came in. It was like we didn't even see it coming. It came in. I couldn't even see anybody anymore. I couldn't even see if I was flying over the land or the ocean anymore. I had to pull my phone out and be on my GPS map to make sure that I wasn't drifting over the ocean. I couldn't see anything, and I was too afraid to fly too low because, at the time, people could have been like on the beach walking and stuff, and I didn't want to be like running into them, or I didn't want to be too high to where like obviously where airplanes and helicopters are flying at, because we do have a lot of helicopters that fly here on the East Coast. And man, I'll tell you what, I was scared, and I didn't know what was gonna happen, and it was a horrific moment. And you know what's crazy about that too? It's that like I only videoed a very little bit of it, and my GoPro shut off, and it wasn't even dead. I don't even understand. It was like my GoPros knew I wasn't supposed to be flying in that, and it like shut off. It was super weird, actually. But really, also like that day, like when I landed on the ground, my wing was soaking wet, which is a big no-no. Like you don't want to be flying with our gliders getting wet. And some of you guys would know that if you're a paramotor pilot or a paraglider pilot or even an ultra glide pilot, you know that when the gliders or the fixed wings get wet, it's like it gets heavier, and then it's not good because it's like ready to collapse. Basically, like any like wrong movements will make it collapse very suddenly, and it won't take its shape back. When you're which is super scary. And to me, I couldn't believe it, man. My wing was doing this too. It was shaking side to side. And at the time when I was flying, I wasn't realizing that it was getting super wet, and I was like in a panic. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. It was scary, and like I said, you're not even supposed to fly in fog at all because once you can't see a mile ahead of you, there's no more flying. You're not allowed to take off. You're not allowed to fly in it. And the reason why I didn't land is because we would have been so far away from our cars. I mean, like, it would have took over a few hours to walk back to when we were only about 15 minutes of a flight away, you know? And it was just the way that the island flying works, you know? Sometimes we'll be up in the sky, it's all great, and then the next thing you know, this storm or fog will come rolling in, and man, it rolled in so intensely that it was scary. You know, I didn't know what to think. It was like something like I've never seen before, and I'm happy that nothing bad happened. I'm glad that we all got back safely. You know, it's something that I just don't ever want to be caught up in again. But that's why you want to fly with a strobe. I have a strobe right there. At least I had the strobe going. I bet you know, you can see the strobe. But if there's another plane coming or a helicopter, even if they saw it, it would have been too late, you know. And for me, I'm not trying to play that game. So, but yeah, so, and then there's been times too when I was out flying a paramotor where I got caught in the rain because I'd push it and be like, it's not going to rain, you know, just like today. Like, I almost went for a flight, and if I did, I would have got caught in a little bit of rain, and I would have really been pissed, you know, and I'm not trying to get my glider wet, you know. Oh, you know what's so crazy talking about gliders? I'm actually getting another paramotor wing, which is pretty exciting, and I'm about to give away a paramotor wing, which is super exciting. So you guys got to stay tuned to that. I'm trying to figure out the best way to give it away. I'm going to only give the wing away to whoever is subscribed to the YouTube channel, of course. And I'm trying to make it so I can change somebody's life like my life has been changed. And really, you could be the next guy that will get the wing. And I hope that it's to somebody who makes videos that can share their experience, being like, wow, I can't believe I got this wing. This is going to be me. I'm going to become a paramotor pilot, you know? So, but yeah. So anyway, so what's going on, everybody? What's happening? We're here hanging out at my favorite place, my shop. I did build this garage. I love being in here. We're sitting on the back of my 1929 Model A. She's 94 years old. I'm sitting on this cool platform that I built for my paramotors to actually sit on so we can go riding around, which is pretty epic stuff. And yeah, so, you know, like I said, I was just trying to come on here, do a little vlog, you know, hang out with some of you guys that are subscribed to the channel. I'm trying to really meet a lot of you guys that are subscribed, that are watching me. I really do appreciate everyone that is following along the epic adventure that I'm going on. I really love this dream that I'm on. It's been the best time of my life. It's been one of the best adventures I've ever seeked out. And really, you know, to most people, they don't realize how hard it is to become a YouTuber or how hard it is to be a video creator. You know, it's really hard to go have all this fun and then try to ball it up for a time frame for you guys to enjoy the videos. You know, like for me, I'm trying really hard to learn how to be a better editor, you know, and really, I'm trying to interact with you guys. That's why I've been doing these YouTube lives. You know, I'm trying to really meet you guys. I want to, you know, introduce myself. I want to really know who you guys are. I want to know what you guys really like when you're watching me up in the sky flying around. You know, and really, you know, I get a lot of attention on my YouTube shorts, which I love, you know, and I'm trying to push for that for my long-term videos. Like some of my videos got thousands of views, some only get hundreds. I post sometimes on these YouTube shorts. I get thousands of views on them, which is awesome. Great attention, tons of likes, you know. Like for me, I love watching other people's dreams come true, and I can't wait to drop a comment. I can't wait to smash that like button, and I'm here to share the love back to all of you guys. And what I'm trying to do is raise more money here on YouTube, on Facebook, and now TikTok, and give it back to you guys. You know, I'm trying to figure out ways where I can change your life as like my life been changed. And I feel like, you know, I never had anybody give me any big opportunities, and I met some really cool people in my flying career now. And flying isn't just some sport or some hobby to me. It has coped my life. It is my life now. It's something that I eat, sleep, and dream of every single day. Like, I know that my girlfriend, Lori, she can't stand it sometimes that this is all I want to be doing, and she doesn't get how much I'm falling so hard for it. And there's something about when you run into the sky and you feel like Superman, and then when you're flying along the beach and you're flying low, you feel like you're in Star Wars flying some cool spaceship, you know? It's like, I don't know how to explain how cool it really is. It's the coolest thing ever. I don't know if some of you guys are paramotor pilots. I know that some of you guys are that come on here and you chit chat on the live, which I really do appreciate. Like I said, I'm here on these lives for you guys. I'm trying to meet you guys. I'm trying to introduce myself. My name is Dan. I love this life that I'm on. I've been flying now for 3 years, and it's been the best 3 years of my life. And I hope that you guys do enjoy. I know that a lot of you guys do. That's why you guys are following along. I do have, I just got over another milestone of another 100 subscribers, which is really amazing. So now I think I'm around 11,400 subscribers. That's amazing. Well, just to think that last year, I don't think I had more than 3,000 subscribers. That's like super crazy to think. And now look where I'm at now. And if I keep pushing this, who knows where I'll be at by next year? Who will I be at in 5 years? Where will I be in 10 years by doing this? I just, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing on for this dream. It's been the best time of my life. And like I said, I'm here to share my journey with you guys. Like I said, I've had some of the best times. I've had some of the scariest times. And I've had even some times where it's like, oh, why did we even go flying? And really, when I have those thoughts about, oh, why did we even go flying? It's like those times when we didn't see the fog, or when I pushed myself and got caught in a rainstorm, Because, like I said, when the gliders get wet, it's not cool at all. And really, I'm not trying to get my aircrafts wet. And sometimes I have the Model A out, and I hate this in the rain, Even though that the Model A is totally fine in the rain, it's a car. It's designed to be outside. But, like, for me, I like to try to keep it dry. I like to try to keep that kind of, like, water off. And I fly a lot on the beach, on the island life. So, like, I feel like the salty air, that it's raining, it's just not cool, But realistically, it's the best time ever. Paramotoring, man, it's like the biggest adventure. I hope that a lot of you guys do it already. And if you don't, stick around on my channel and I can one day change your life. That's my whole goal here. I'm trying to figure out how I can inspire you guys into becoming pilots. Or if you guys are more interested in the hot rod life, I would love to try to change your guys' life maybe in that way too. Maybe somehow try to figure out how I can do a cool car giveaway. I do have a C4 Corvette that I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. So maybe that could be in the cards for the channel to the people that are following along, which would be really epic. But, like I said, I'm just trying to change people's lives. I'm trying to inspire you guys. I'm trying to just amp you guys up as excited as I really am, because every day is a good day. I can't actually be more excited to wake up for tomorrow and see what tomorrow brings. And, who cares about the past? The past is already behind us, and there's nothing that any of us can do about it. I just it's funny, I'm using my cell phone here as the video for the lives. I'm getting a ton of text messages right now, everybody, so I am sorry. I'm not trying to pause like that. So what I want to do is I am going to end the live because something just came up. But I really do appreciate all you guys that do come on here. You do watch my videos. I'm trying to do my lives on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. At least that's what I always try to aim for. I'm not very consistent on it, but I'm trying to get to the point where I can figure out my consistency. So like I said, paramotor adventure, flying Dan with a 29 sedan. Best adventure I've ever been on. I hope that you guys all do enjoy. Like I said, I really want you guys to drop more comments about what you guys like seeing about my videos. I want to make sure that I'm capturing the shots that you guys want to see. I love doing intros, I love doing a middle, and I love doing an outro. So make sure you guys definitely drop some comments. Make sure you guys share the love. Check out my other social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok now. But I do love being a YouTuber. YouTube is my life, and being a paramotor pilot is a dream come true. So I hope that you guys all did enjoy. Don't forget to definitely drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And until the next one, everybody, peace out.